Namaskara. I am Anagha Prasad, a professional storyteller from Bangalore. I've been telling stories for the last 6 years for various age group, right from 2-year-old to 60, 70-year-old. And all love the stories. And I love sharing what I know and learning in this process. And as part of this journey, today, as part of Dasra Life E-Kala Mandira, I'm here to tell you all a story about a Devi. Which Devi? A Devi who is in the Malnad region. A Devi whose temple is closer to Mangalore, 25 kilometers from Mangalore. A Devi who is resplendent in her radiance and who blesses anybody and everybody who goes there and prays with devotion. Her other name is Brahmaramba. She is the Katil Durga Parameshwari. I'm here to tell you all the story about Katil Durga Parameshwari. Like how all mythological legends start, there was conflict between the Devas and Asuras, and there are various versions of this. So this is one version that I read, and I really liked this version to a lot of other versions. So I chose this to share with you all. In the starting of Kali Yuga, there was a drought on earth. Not one grass grew on earth. And nobody had any food to eat. Even Brahmins were forced to eat meat. And looking at this, Jabali the sage thought he has to perform the yagna so that he can pray to Devas to make this all right. And he also got to know that this is because of Arunasura, who I'll tell you his story a little later. So to perform this yaga, he went to Indraloka and asked Devendra, can you please give me Kamadhenu so that I can use her during the yaga, because we need Kamadhenu for the yaga. Devendra said, so sorry, Kamadhenu has gone to Varuna Loka. You can take her daughter Nandini with you. Okay, that is very nice. Thank you so much, said Jabali, and went to Nandini. Requested her, saying, can you please come down with me to the earth, because this is the situation. There's a very bad drought there and I want to perform a yaga and we need you there. Nandini just looked at Jabali and said, earth, the land of sinners, and me, Nandini, the daughter of Kamadhenu, should come with you. No, I shall not come to that land which is sinned and which is so horrible. Listening to this, Jabali was really angry and he cursed him that she'll become a river. Immediately, Nandini realized that she had spoken because of her ego and asked for forgiveness. Jabali said, I'm sorry, I have already uttered those words. The only person whom you can ask for some change in those words is Lord Durga. Please go and pray to her. Nandini immediately went and started praying. Goddess Durga came and asked, what happened, my child? Why are you praying to me? Nandini told whatever had happened, said, I really repent for whatever I have said. But can you please take the curse back of the sage Jabali? I'm sorry, Rishi Vakya or any Vakya which comes, any sentence or word that comes from anybody's mouth cannot be taken aback. But I can modify it and I can also give you a solution where you can find salvation. I shall be born as your daughter in the middle of your river so that you get salvation. So you please go down to the earth as river. Saying this, Durga disappeared. Nandini came down and she was born in Kanakagiri on a full moon day and she started flowing. And with that help, Jabali sage conducted the yaga and there was fertility all through. And thanks to Nandini river as well. And everybody were happy. But there, Arunasura, I told you about that, right? Who is he? When goddess Durga had killed Shumba and Nishumba, one of their ministers, getting scared, had run away from the battlefield and had saved his life. And that was Arunasura. And what did he do? Like all asuras, sat and did penance so that he can get a boon. And what boon do asuras want? Immortality. So he also prayed to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma came and asked, what do you want, my child? There's such a staunch penance. I want immortality, but I know you will not give me immortality. You will say that is against the law of nature. So I'm not going to ask you that directly. I have a condition for how I want to die. I hope you can fulfill this and give me that as a boon, said Arunasura. Sure, go ahead, said Lord Brahma. He said, Arunasura said, I don't want to be killed by a deva or an asura, a man or a woman, a two-legged or a four-legged creature, and no weapon can kill me. Oh my God, so many conditions, Lord Brahma said. And he thought, I have no other choice but to agree to this. And he said, Tathastu, you shall not die in the hands of any deva, asura, man, woman, two-legged, four-legged creature or any weapon. Saying this, before disappearing, he even gave him the Gayatri Mantra, which is the most powerful one, and went away. With the power of Gayatri Mantra and this boon, there was nothing to stop Arunasura. He went and even captured Devaloka. No devas were allowed to do what they have to do. Sages couldn't perform yaga. The normal people were tormented. Even asuras were not spared. The whole place, the three worlds, was in chaos. And like all the times, the devas went to Shakti, Adi Shakti, and said, please, can you help us? She said, yes, definitely I'll help you. Don't you worry. And she came down as Mohini, the beautiful woman. And Arunasura just looked at Mohini. And before he looked, how did he come there? His ministers, Chanda and Prachanda, had gone and told him that this Mohini has come and she's so beautiful, you should go and marry her. And that's how Arunasura came and saw her. Looked at Mohini, love at first sight. Will you please marry me? You're so beautiful. Why will I marry you? You're such a coward. It was you who ran away from the battlefield when your masters were being killed. You think I will marry you? Said Mohini. Immediately Arunasura's ego was hurt and he didn't know what to do. But before Mohini could come down, she had put a condition saying, I cannot do anything to Arunasura when he has the power of Gayatri Mantra. So what they had done is they had sent Bhrigu, who is the Brihaspati, who is the guru of all the devas, and Brihaspati had gone and massaged the ego of Arunasura, saying, you are the most powerful, why do you need Gayatri Mantra and all? Stop chanting it, nobody can do anything. Listening to this, he said, yeah, why should I waste my time chanting Gayatri Mantra? And he stopped it. That's how Mohini had come down. And now when Mohini hurt Arunasura's ego, he was really mad. He just took out his sword to slash her. Immediately she disappeared. Into what? Into a rock. What? She disappeared into a rock? Wait, what I will do, said Arunasura, and took a club and patak! Smashed the rock into pieces. And immediately what happened? There were thousands and thousands of bees which came out of the rock and came and stung him all over to death. And that's how the Shakti had transformed herself into a bee and stung him to death. And then all the gods and goddesses came down, thanked her, and did abhishekam to her with the tender coconut water from the Kalpavriksha tree that they had got from the Devaloka, and asked her to give them the Saumya Rupa look. And that's how she went and came as a Swayambhu stone in the middle of the Nandini river as she had promised. And that is where our Kachil Durga Parameshwari stays there even now, blessing all of us. And river Nandini got her salvation and returned back to the Devaloka. And that's how she is also called the Arunasura Mardhini. And that is the story of Kachil Durga Parameshwari, who is situated in a small island near Bangalore, which is surrounded by the Nandini river and is a beautiful place which is nestled in amidst nature. It's a beautiful temple which all of us should see, and I'm very happy